Hello and welcome to NDTV. I'm Rohit Khilnani. Albert Einstein said something very interesting, which I will start with. He said, life is like a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. And balance is what we are discussing here. And about bicycling, Salman knows the best. This is the book called Balance by Deanne Panday, who's here. Superstar Salman Khan is here. Thank you so much for your time, both of you.
You're welcome, Rohit. Hello, baby's friend Deanne.
Hi, baby's brother. So we'll tell Rohit a story.
Right.
Thank you.
Deanne, I want to first tell you that big congratulations. Writing a book is a very big deal. I've just read this. So first question is, have you written this during the lockdown?
I actually started this about 4 months before I knew the lockdown was going to happen or any kind of, the virus hit us.
Right.
So this is something I've been practicing for years. And I said, it's my third book.
Okay.
So I said, if I do write a book, it's going to be on what I walk the talk, what I practice, what I preach. So it's going to be everything that I do in a book.
Right.
And I started it 4 or 5 months before, and then the lockdown happened.
Right.
So I had a lot of extra time to complete the book, yes.
Right. Salman, when you were not here, Deanne and I were discussing how you are the best person to launch this and talk about this. This talks about balance in life. Firstly, have you gone through the book?
I'm the most imbalanced person there is who is going to talk about balance.
Yes.
In a way,
the
right person. But no, Salman, there are a lot of things that, we discussed on a very serious note that you follow, your family follows, and that's absolutely incredible. Deanne, I'll leave it to you. Do you want to discuss and throw light on what out of these 13 things that you talk about does Salman and his family follow that you have seen?
Okay, so basically this book is based on what are vital foods, these 13 aspects in life, for example, finance, career, home environment, relationships, home cooking, physical wellness, health, joy, spirituality, creativity, and a few more, and climate health and the impact on health that it has. Yeah. So why I call it vital foods and primary foods, the Circle of Life program, is because these aspects, when in balance, you can live a happy, healthy life.
Right.
So for me, secondary is your food on your plate. Of course, I do give it a lot of importance. And in the book, I write a chapter why diets don't work and why we should be like our grandparents, eat like them and not be obsessive with things. And
Agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
I totally agree with that. You should.
Oh, you totally.
You should eat and you should put in that extra 20-25 minutes in the gym.
Yes, yes. So
But
why
you don't eat because you're like a booker,
Yes.
You eat, what you need to eat.
Yes, and also we'll come to why I don't believe in diets and why I don't believe in cheat meals and why I believe in an 80-20% per day. We'll come to that. And why I wanted Salman to do this for me, because for me, these 13 aspects in his life, all of these aspects, he seems to strike a balance.
Right.
Financial, career-wise, home environment, relationships, he's a family person, the spirituality aspect, the joy, the creativity, he paints. Everybody knows he paints so well. So home cooking, his whole family, they are known for their home cooking.
Right.
It's so all these aspects, and he just seems to, and so it's ideal for him to, do this launch because.
Right. Salman, home cooking is, I've been on sets where once Salman ke ghar se khana aa gaya, it's like, everybody looks forward to that. Why have you been, always, you always wanted your mom ke haath ka khana. Why is that, and why has that worked for you?
You don't want your mom ke haath ka khana?
I want. I'm saying, why does it work for you? I love my mom ke haath ka khana and I love your mom ke haath ka khana.
That mom ka khana, but we've all, it is, how you, बचपन का जो टेस्ट है जो बचपन से जो टेस्ट आ रहे हैं दिल में जो और दिमाग में जो टेस्ट बसे हुए हैं वही टेस्ट हमेशा से कंटिन्यू करते हैं. So even your desserts will be like the desserts जो बचपन की यादों वाले desserts है, you prefer them more than anything.
Can I say something?
Please, Deanne, please.
So I come from a school of thought where we believe that home cooked food is vitamin L, which is vitamin love. So when a mom cooks, or whatever, there's a lot of love that goes into home food, and that's why it tastes
And
so
some
good.
moms do not cook really well also, huh? It's we are fortunate that our mums and your husband cooks really well. So
Yes, I know.
the hell that you're getting is not that you're cooking, it is Chicky's.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, yes. So that is where my balance comes in. I don't know how to cook, so Chicky cooks well and Alana cooks well. So then we strike a balance with that. Yes.
Like none of us boys know how to cook, but in this lockdown we learn little.
What did you learn, Salman? What do you cook by
I
now?
think the best ande ki burji,
Ande ke bhurji.
Oh,
omelets, dal chawal, chicken. That's and rotis.
Amazing.
so we're going to have a
Deanne,
cooking
this is
session.
what you recommend, right?
These are also my mother's recipes only, where she had written them down on the fridge. So I practice them at home.
Right.
And then thoda sa improvisation. The improvisation doesn't work when your mom's giving you a recipe. So just follow that recipe only. And that's the best recipe there is. We have tried to improvise on that, and that's been a big disaster. जो माँ की जो रेसिपी है ये फॉलो करो, और कभी भी आपने टी तक भी फॉलो कर लिया, कभी भी वो स्वाद, वो जो एक मजा है, वो टेस्ट है, वो कभी नहीं आएगा.
Right.
And we're talking about love.
Vitamin love.
Vitamin
Yes.
love. Fantastic. Salman, I'll also take you back. You are someone who's always been into fitness. When we've been watching your films right from the start, you focused on what made you, do you recall at that time, what made you just be fit and inspire others to be fit?
No, because I've played every sport, and आजकल के बच्चों के सिर्फ थम ही चलते हैं.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
And so when we were growing up, Deanne knows that we never even used to go home to eat because there were so many fruits in Bandra. So every season you had 3 or 4 fruits that we used to climb up those trees, and we used to break those fruits and we used to eat them. There's love apple, there's English tamarind, there's that desi tamarind, imili,
Jambun.
shaitut,
Jackfruit.
that is here, sheng, drumsticks, supari, nariyal, targola, mangoes. Every tree
Everything.
was in Bandra. The soil is like too rich, but now there's a lot more concrete, and a lot of trees have been cut down here, which I hate. So so that was our journey on the way to school and way back from school. This is all what we used to do, and run to school, run back to school, cycle to school, cycle back from school, play sports in school. So we have had all the fruits as while we were growing up, and घर का खाना तो था ही. So बांद्रा का एक ऐसा चक्कर था उस वक्त के कि अगर घर पे खाना भी नहीं था तो आप कभी भूखे ना मर पाओगे, क्योंकि पेड़ इतने सारे थे कि आपको फ्रूट्स हर जगह पे मिल जाते थे.
Right. Deanne, what does this generation do if they don't have these things around?
They go too much towards processed foods.
And video games.
Yeah, video games.
So good.
And processed foods, yes.
Salman, you had that access. These kids don't have those trees anymore. You were only saying that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they still have the trees. I mean, but they don't want to move, leave their houses anymore because their studies के ऊपर concentrate करना पड़ता है ज़्यादा, more than sports and everything.
Right. Deanne, you also talk about relationships. You say you can spot a long-lasting friend from a mile. So tell us, how does that happen? And, how does one nurture these relationships and have these people around? How to spot who's good for you, who's not?
So I guess, I don't believe in if something goes, every relationship has their ups and downs, right? So you have to be able to communicate really well with somebody. And no ego. I don't believe in having an ego, because an ego means that, that all relationships can suffer.
Right.
Even if a person's doing wrong, you should be able to tell that person that this is worrying me.
Right.
This is not okay. Talking without pointing fingers, without making the person feel bad, putting yourself in that person's shoes and understanding why they're reacting like this with you, why they're behaving bad with you. There could be something that they're going through.
Right.
So that communication aspect in all relationships is very needed. Talking, speaking, and no ego. You don't have to have an ego, and try not to have anger, not let your emotions take over. And
Salman, both these things I want to ask you. Are you good in spotting who's good, who's not good? Do you think you have a good judgment of that?
I take a lot of time in becoming friends. So all the friends that I've had have been like 20, 25, 30 years old. And the people who keep on coming in, okay, they're there, but they're not as close as the 4 or 5 friends that I've had.
Right.
So when you get to know, okay, first everyone's really cool and everything and very nice, and then you get to know, okay, हमारे क्या faults हैं, उनके क्या faults हैं. If you're okay with their faults, then you're fine. Okay, because their qualities are 1,000 times more than what their weaknesses are. If you're okay with the weaknesses, then you're okay with that. But if you're not okay with the weaknesses, because there's friends also not as good or not as strong, so then you don't need that that relationship.
Right.
So you need to compare yourself. That you need to know that whether you are going to be miserable in that relationship,
right,
or this you can handle it. And if this is not there, if something else comes in, okay, is going to be worse for you or not.
Right.
So till as long as you can handle it, I think one should handle it. And then eventually the human beings, everyone will have their own way, have their own things. And at that point in time, it does bother, it does disturb. But then once you're out of sight, you're out of mind.
Right. Deanne also discussed anger. Is that in control for you? Is that something, or if you get hurt, you would...
I have a lot of anger. I have a lot of anger, and I think anger is really good because anger is not temper. Okay. You need that fire. You need the anger. Okay. Suppose now you put on weight. Okay. You need to understand that you need to have that anger towards yourself only to better yourself.
Right.
Okay. If you need to take a stand on something, you need to have the anger. You need to have anger. Temper is not okay because temper for no rhyme or reason, you just losing your cool. So maybe you've got less of carbs, or maybe you've got diabetes, or maybe you've got a BP problem. And so these are the things that lead to irritation. Maybe you're on a fat burner, okay, you can't handle that. Or maybe you've got a hormonal issue that you can't handle. And all these things are just one tablet away.
Right.
You know why people don't get that? So if you have a hormonal thing, it's one tablet. If you want excessive fat burners, etc., which increase your metabolic rate, and something that you never ever react to, okay, which is dormant, suddenly that comes up. So all your insecurities, which you don't actually give a damn about, you don't care about, they become larger than life. Just like rai ka pahad ban jata hai, and then you are actually suffering that.
Right.
You're actually going through that, and everyone else knows that it's no big deal. You know, this will go. But that person who's going through it is actually going through that. So you feel bad for that person, but how many times are you going to feel bad for that person?
Right.
You know?
Deanne, you agree with that? What he's saying is right. You know, anger is needed if you want to take a stand. Temper is something that should not be there.
Yes, so anger is needed and used when you really require it, right? Temper, there is a difference between anger and temper. Temper could be a temper tantrum, you know, which is not needed.
Right.
So yeah, he's right. That's why I believe in everything that he says. You know, it's balanced in every way.
You know, shooting delay क्यों हो गया? Fan क्यों नहीं चल रहा है? Driver time पर क्यों नहीं आया है?
Yes.
You know, the shot taking so much of time. Why is it being extended? You know, all these things. You know, आज पानी गीजर में पानी ठंडा है. These are issues that you should not even have because we are privileged that we are in these positions. So when people have these kind of issues, I just think that they're nashukras. Just look around, and everyone wants to look at somebody who's much higher, much bigger, financially, etc., etc. Then look down and find out that that person is really, really struggling. And thank God we are in much better positions than they could ever be.
Right.
So that is where gratitude comes in.
To talk about this, right, Deanne, that acute anger, and this is what you talk about, right?
Acute stress and chronic stress. What Salman's talking about, the minor things, well, that's acute stress, where we deal with every day of our lives.
Right.
But chronic stress is something serious, you know, financial loss, death in the family.
Right.
So that is something that, we have to deal with. But day-to-day stresses, we don't need to get angry about it or lose our temper or whatever, because it's not, it's just going to harm you.
Right. You know, in your industry, Deanne, you know, you train the models to, you know, on fitness and everything. But you also, in this book, you talk about not gossiping and not partying. How difficult is that to maintain social relationships, to not gossip and not party?
So gossip, I will do harmless gossip with one or two of my friends, but it's not that I will do vicious gossiping. All of us, we're human, we like little bit once in a way. But I don't like judging people, because everybody is going through something in their lives. Everybody's fighting a battle. Everybody has their highs and lows in life. So judging, I don't like. So somebody else is judging also, I get a little uncomfortable. So I'll get up and walk away from the situation. Gossip, we all do, but it's harmless gossip. It's you know, we're watching a TV show.
I don't gossip.
Yeah, Salman doesn't gossip.
Right. Salman, simple question for you. What makes you happy?
I'll go on to that later.
Sure.
First, I want to tell you that carbs are really important for you in your diet.
She says that. She says that.
Yes, I said, yeah.
Very important, because you don't have carbs, you don't have energy, you don't have any, you start going.
Yes. Yes,
so when people go on this no carb diet, that's wrong, right?
Yeah, but that's really wrong for your body, for your head. So you need that food, and then you work out on top of that, or do whatever kind of workout that you want to do. That's not an issue. What was I going to say now? You made me lose my chain.
Sorry. Yeah.
I also mentioned Salman knows that why diets don't work. Because all of us Salman's never gone on a diet. We all eat, we all work out, we move around, and we don't believe in cheat meals. We balance it out, you know, like the 80-20 is 80% healthy, 20% we eat whatever we want to.
Right. Salman, you've never gone on a diet to get that body?
Even when I eat a burger, I will take out everything. I'll just have the chicken or the veg side. I'll just have. So
healthy swaps. You do healthy swaps. Yeah.
Salman, you have never followed a diet, even when you came in this industry earlier, and when Pyar Ke Do Dana Kya came, we all were looking at.
One time I needed to put on weight. So I used to have like 30 rotis, like 24 bananas, and just eat all throughout the day. And I'm having the opposite problem. If I smell food, I put on weight. So what I do eat, but I don't eat like that. I mean,
I balance it.
In Big Boss, they have this saying, ki ek hi paratha mila. I mean, I can survive on one paratha for 2 days.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
First time I got to know that, I mean, I knew that they were fighting on parathas around, and 3 and 4 parathas, I don't know what they're doing inside the house. But one paratha a day for me is more than enough, 2-3 meals maximum.
Right. Right, fantastic. Well, on that note, we'll take a short break. We'll continue chatting with Deanne Panday and Salman Khan. So be right back. Deanne, this book is going to be very helpful to, before I wrap this, I want to ask both of you. Salman, I'll come to you, so you have 2 minutes to think. Deanne, you tell us, what makes you happy? What space, what mindset?
Like I said, the joy aspect is very important. My son wakes up in the morning, he'll play the guitar for me. Every day he has a new song that he sings. Right. And these small things, I watch the birds in the tree, and every day there's a new bird. Small things in life make me happy. Yeah, small things, yeah.
Right. Salman?
For me, everything makes me happy. Like even this pinky, people don't even use to dig their nose anymore. So I have that as well. My parents are here. My family is there. So everything. I mean, this lockdown also, I told all my friends that even if you mess up by 70-80%, everything is going to be forgiven. Because the time was such a crucial time. Once you get out of it, you'll all be fine. And luckily we were all together, so everyone was talking to each other. And thank God for all this. What is this called? That we see each other on
Zoom, live and Zoom meetings and calls.
All the FaceTimes and telephone and mobiles and stuff like that. Thank God for all these things. Imagine if this whole thing would have happened about 15, 20 years ago when there was no mobile, there were just landlines. You couldn't see your family, you couldn't talk to them. So just imagine what would happen at that point in time.
Yeah.
As far as our work is also concerned, okay, movies, but all these girls were making money on the social platform.
Influencers.
So everyone was working, doing something today. You don't need to go to an audition. Okay, you just need to put your stuff on your Instagram or whatever handle that you have. Okay, and show your talent. Everyone goes through that, and they say, "Oh my God, look at how good he's looking. Look at how good she's looking. Oh my, she does this, he does that. Oh, we didn't know this. Oh, अरे सुनो, जो casting आएगी तो फिर we keep this person in mind." And the other talent that we keep on seeing on social media, okay, is from nobody, no gurus, nothing. They have learned it, in villages. They have learned it on hard surfaces. कोई somersault मारता है, कोई cycle चला, कोई motorcycle चला रहा है, with just on their own, they're practicing and they're doing it. So your YouTube, your net is their guru right now, and just that they have that passion, they have that dedication to and that drive to keep on working, and that pleasure of that sweat and that pain and the hurt, that ye nahi ho raha mujhse, I won't do it again till the time I perfect that, and now very easily done, and they keep on posting that stuff there. So it gives the people from the film industry also a reality check that these kids are doing all these things. Okay? So we need to do this as well.
Right.
You can do just a silly dance step or just a walk, which I've been doing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not be ashamed of that right now. I need to up my game. So yeah.
Before this is some access that nobody has. What is it like to see him work out?
Who?
Deanne, you tell us about Salman.
Him.
Yeah.
He's just so good looking, and his body and his skin and everything about him is so lovely. And he's just reversing age. You know what I mean? He doesn't grow old.
Yeah, but no, I have a few bad habits. Now I'm trying to reduce those bad habits and increase the good habits. So every year, thoda bad kam karo or thoda good badhao. So that is the only way that you will be able to take care of yourself.
Great, guys. So this was good learning, small joys. This interview gave me a lot of joy. This is my work. Thank you. So thanks to both of you. And this is, before we go, this is Deanne's book.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So we can take a nice screenshot right here. And
wait, I should open mine. Wait.
Yes, please. Yeah.
I wanted to thank Salman also. Salman has come over later.
Yeah, someone take a screenshot, guys, please.
Thank me for, Deanne.
Thank you for doing this.
I believe it. If I didn't believe in this, didn't believe in you, Deanne, I would have never done this. That also.
Thank you.
That is so true. Yeah.
See this? Who's this girl?
That's the back.
That's you.
That's me.
And I know.
That's me.
Yeah. This is right here. So she's a fit girl and she knows what she's talking about.
Right.
So I'm very happy that this is a full book, and I hope she keeps on making, writes books after book, and God bless
My
you.
next book also, I'll have Salman do this, because it's going to be fit after 50.
Anytime.
Because we're only getting fitter and fitter.
Deanne, have me also do the interview, please.
Yes. Age doesn't matter. We're going to get only fitter. Yeah.
Thank you, Salman, and congratulations, Deanne, and best of luck to both of you.
Thank
Stay
you.
safe.
Thanks, Salman.
Thank you, Deanne.
Thanks, baby's brother.
And bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye, guys. Well, that's all we have on the show, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to NDTV 24/7 for lots more.